Tourism, as we know it today, owes its existence to the continuous march of scientific and technological progress. In the contemporary era, hopping on a plane or train, securing a ticket, and packing a backpack with essential items is all it takes to embark on a journey to explore the world. However, just a few centuries ago, travel was a considerably more arduous undertaking. The roots of the tourism boom are often traced back to the 19th century when new horizons and opportunities began to unfurl for humanity. This epoch marked a century of exploration and discovery, with intrepid adventurers setting out to traverse the globe. In those times, even most aristocratic families could indulge in brief sojourns to neighboring countries, albeit with sizable luggage in tow. Wealthy travelers, eager to explore the world, enlisted the services of specialized workers. These individuals meticulously packed their belongings into suitcases and engaged additional staff members to carefully arrange and safeguard their cumbersome baggage against the perils of travel, including moisture damage. It may seem peculiar now, but a significant turning point occurred in 1858 when the world was introduced to the very first flat suitcase of its kind, named the Trianon, unveiled in Paris. This innovative creation bore the name of its visionary inventor, Louis Vuitton, whose reputation would soon become synonymous with luxury in unrivaled quality. The inaugural Louis Vuitton workshop had opened its doors in Paris in 1854, laying the groundwork for its eventual status as a symbol of opulence and excellence. Before delving further into Louis Vuitton's remarkable journey, let's take a moment to explore the origins of the French fashion house. The founders of Louis Vuitton were born on August 4, 1821, in the quaint town of Lonely-Sun in the southern region of France. From his earliest days, it seemed that destiny had charted a challenging course for him. As a young boy, he toiled alongside his father on the family farm, from dawn until the late hours of the evening. The specter of financial hardship loomed large, and his meals were limited to once a day. His clothing underwent several iterations of wear and tear. Times were so dire that occasionally he and his family found themselves without shelter, at the mercy of fleeting acquaintances or the harsh elements. At times, he even resorted to bedding down right at his workplace. However, life dealt him a cruel blow at the tender age of 10 when his mother succumbed to a mysterious illness. Tragedy struck again when his father passed away not long after, leaving him to grapple with the harsh realities of existence. By the time he reached the age of 13, driven by the promise of a brighter future, he bid farewell to his paternal home and embarked on a solitary journey to Paris. His determination would take him on an arduous trek covering an astonishing 470 kilometers, leading from his humble hometown to the dazzling city where dreams had a chance to come true. This pilgrimage would span several years. Along the way, he halted in small towns where he sought occasional work and sustenance. His hands polished shoes, unloaded cargo, toiled in fields, and even peddled flowers. The kindness of strangers provided him with shelter and nourishment, along with stories of their own life experiences. It wasn't until he reached the age of 16 that Louis Vuitton, having endured numerous trials, finally set foot in the city of Paris. The initial weeks of his sojourn in the fashionable capital were a stark contrast to the dreams he'd harbored. Young and penniless, he roamed the city's streets in search of employment, resting wherever he could find respite. Life was unrelenting, until one fateful day when he stumbled upon a sight that would change the course of his destiny. In the window of a workshop, he beheld a beautiful box containing meticulously crafted items. The box's form, color, and curves held an irresistible allure for Louis, compelling him to step inside and experience the beauty beyond the shop window. Inside the workshop, he found a bustling environment with a throng of visitors. It was clear that the workers were struggling to cope with the surging demand. Summoning his courage, he approached the workshop's manager and extended an offer of assistance. Louis Vuitton's unwavering perseverance, unrelenting determination, and, most notably, his unyielding work ethic left an indelible impression on everyone he encountered. The very next day, he earned a coveted position as a full-fledged employee at Messi Marichal's workshop, a renowned manufacturer specializing in crafting exquisite boxes, chests, and packaging. It's worth noting that in 19th-century Europe, the art of box making and luggage packaging was regarded as a highly esteemed and popular craft. Through his tireless dedication, Louis rapidly gained recognition among the affluent residents of Paris as one of the preeminent practitioners in this field. By the age of 33, he had become an eligible bachelor with a substantial income and social status, making him a suitable match for 17-year-old Clemens. Pooling their efforts, a year later, they ventured to open their own workshop in one of Paris's industrial suburbs. Louis established his personal workshop on Capuchin Street, adjacent to Place Vendôme. The sign at its main entrance proclaimed, "Reliable, we pack the most fragile items," and emphasized their specialization in fashion packaging. Initially, much of their work consisted of bespoke orders. For instance, in 1856, their workshop received an order to manufacture chests for transporting animals for a prominent French circus. However, Louis Vuitton felt that despite the thriving business, the copious orders, and the financial success, he was merely one among hundreds of skilled artisans like him. Louis excelled in his craft to such an extent that he yearned for something that would elevate him to fame and distinction. After much contemplation and an exhaustive search for innovative ideas, he conceived a brilliant notion, a concept that, at first glance, appeared to have already been explored thoroughly. Nevertheless, he persisted and turned this idea into a reality. In 1858, Louis Vuitton introduced to the world his groundbreaking waterproof rectangular chests with rounded lids, constructed using canvas and leather. These chests revolutionized the world of travel, defining the shape of travel bags for the next 7 decades. Unlike their predecessors, which had a convex shape and top openings to prevent water accumulation, Vuitton's Trianon featured a flat lid that opened from the side. The interior was lined with waterproof fabric, and its compact strength allowed for easy stacking of suitcases. The timing was propitious, as people were increasingly traveling by rail, and the convenience of this new accessory particularly appealed to the affluent demographic. However, with success came challenges. Louis Vuitton soon faced rampant counterfeiting of his groundbreaking suitcase. To set his product apart, he resolved to make it distinct from the imitations. He sought to develop an original color that would stand out from the drab and familiar hues of other suitcases and bags. Thus, the iconic brown-beige stripe and checkerboard print emerged, which, even to this day, remains synonymous with the brand. From the outset, Louis Vuitton's clientele comprised discerning individuals who recognized the fusion of quality and aesthetics in his creations. Among them was the wife of Napoleon III, Empress Eugénie, whose patronage drew the attention of numerous affluent individuals in France, paving the way for Louis Vuitton's prosperous future career. This pivotal moment marked the beginning of his extraordinary journey toward becoming a legendary figure in the world of fashion and luxury. In 1867, Louis Vuitton was rapidly ascending in recognition, earning a bronze medal at the International Exhibition in Paris for his significant contributions to society. By this time, the world had come to rely on Louis's suitcases for their travels. However, not everything was as rosy as it may have appeared. In 1871, the Franco-Prussian War wreaked havoc, resulting in the destruction of Louis Vuitton's workshop and the theft of most of his equipment and tools. These were trying times for our hero, who had dedicated all his energy to the development of his craft. Undeterred, he swiftly resumed his work and managed to restore production within a short span. Demand for his products remained remarkably high. By 1885, he took a significant step by opening his first store outside of France. The boutiques in London, especially the one inaugurated in 1885, marked the beginning of the L. Vuitton de Paris inscription on each product, ensuring its 100% authenticity. This precautionary measure proved wise, as counterfeiting during that period, spanning from 1857 to 1936, was a genuine concern. Collaborating with another innovator named George in 1886, Louis Vuitton jointly patented a spring lock, a design still in use today. All lock models were diligently stored in workshops, ready to provide owners with replacement keys when needed. Louis Vuitton, until his passing, remained deeply committed to his beloved business. He introduced innovations such as comfortable handles for carrying chests and made efforts to enhance the elegance of suitcase corner inserts. His legacy included around 100 discoveries and inventions, many of which continue to be utilized today. It's a testament to the remarkable journey of a great man who began life as the son of a humble farmer. Upon his demise at the age of 70, his son George Vuitton took the reins of the company. He introduced the iconic monogram with rhombus flowers and the letters LV in memory of his father. The first chest with this distinctive design made its appearance in 1897 and remains in use today. The visionary son of the legendary founder set his sights on an international stage, opening new stores in locations such as New York and Buenos Aires. He inaugurated the largest and most renowned stores in Paris, even venturing into rural fields in 1901. In 1925, Louis Vuitton released the Skull and Ryback bag by order of Coco Chanel. However, the most sought-after women's handbag model, the Keepall, made its debut in 1930. Interestingly, it was originally conceived as a bag for transporting dirty laundry, yet it remains a beloved and popular design to this day. After Georges Vuitton's tenure, the management of the company passed to his son, Louis Vuitton, the grandson of the brand's founder. Under his leadership, the brand underwent transformations and design adjustments that shaped its continued success. The iconic Louis Vuitton monogram became smaller in size and could be found on all their products. However, during the tumultuous period of the Second World War, the Louis Vuitton brand maintained contact with fascist authorities. This chapter of the company's history is one that the brand prefers not to emphasize, but some historical facts from that time are known. For instance, it's documented that there was a sign with a fascist text at the entrance of a branded boutique in Paris, stating that entry was prohibited for Jews. Despite these unfortunate events, decades later, the brand continued to be associated with status, good taste, and impeccable quality. Throughout the years, the essence of the brand remained steadfast, and it continued to expand globally by opening boutiques around the world. The 1970s marked a period of relaunch and rapid development for Louis Vuitton. The company's growth was remarkable, progressing from 2 exclusive stores and €11 million in sales revenue in the early 1970s to 125 stores generating €600 million in revenue by 1989. In 1987, Louis Vuitton merged with other luxury brands, including Moët Hennessy, forming a holding company called LVMH, Louis Vuitton Moët Hennessy. LVMH has since acquired more than 70 brands, including Christian Dior, Hennessy, Fendi, and many others. Louis Vuitton bags and suitcases have remained popular among numerous world-renowned stars and influential personalities, including Princess Diana, Audrey Hepburn, Angelina Jolie, and Kim Kardashian, among others. Interestingly, despite the passage of time and advances in technology, the manufacturing process of Louis Vuitton suitcases has remained largely unchanged since the days of the first workshop. The body of the suitcase is still crafted from poplar wood, and the protective corner elements and reliable locks have endured. Furthermore, the company stands by the quality of its products by offering a lifetime guarantee. In cases where there are signs of wear, scratches, or accidental damage, specialized repair services are available, effectively ensuring that when you invest in a Louis Vuitton product, you are acquiring an item for life. In 1989, French billionaire Bernard Arnault, one of its main shareholders, gained control over the Louis Vuitton company. In 1997, the brand experienced a significant transformation when Marc Jacobs assumed the role of creative director. Under his leadership, Louis Vuitton ventured into new territories, showcasing collections of men's and women's clothing, shoes, exclusive accessories, and jewelry. The brand's fashion shows became extravagant spectacles, featuring models on carousels, elevators, and escalators. In November 2013, Nicolas Ghesquière took over as the head of the entire women's clothing line, bringing his unique vision to the brand. His arrival marked a triumph for Louis Vuitton as he redefined the aesthetics of the company, drawing inspiration from the 60s and 70s and radically changing its concept. Today, this luxury fashion house boasts its own branded stores in 53 countries worldwide. In keeping with the company's tradition, any unsold bags are returned to Paris and burned to prevent counterfeiting, reinforcing the brand's commitment to quality and originality. Louis Vuitton expanded into fragrances, launching a collection for ladies in 2016, followed by an eau de toilette for men in 2018. In the summer of 2019, the company began producing unisex-style perfumes, which quickly gained popularity among fans of the brand. Louis Vuitton bags are renowned as some of the most expensive in the world, with prices ranging from $5,000 to $55,000. The brand never sells bags, clothing, or accessories in bulk or at discounts, maintaining a blend of classic and contemporary styles. Louis Vuitton was among the first brands to use celebrities, including singers and actors, as models in advertising campaigns. The owner of Louis Vuitton, Bernard Arnault, had an estimated fortune of $102 billion in 2017, ranking him among the top 10 richest people in the world. One notable scandal and court case involved Britney Spears, Sony BMG, and the online singer M. They were found guilty of violating trademark laws in a video featuring a pink dashboard upholstered with Louis Vuitton symbols. They had to pay the brand $80,000 for broadcasting this content. In 2019, the brand's craftsman created a chest to transport a 6-kilogram World Cup trophy, adorned with malachite. These gold trophies travel the world in a secure box with the brand's logo. Louis Vuitton is easily recognizable not only by its iconic monogram print but also thanks to the exceptional quality of its goods. Boutiques opened in numerous countries contribute substantially to the brand's profits and its status as one of the world's best and most successful luxury fashion houses. Travel bags and suitcases by Louis Vuitton continue to be immensely popular and often sell out instantly. The brand's motto, emphasizing the combination of high mobility and lightness in each suitcase, remains relevant to this day. If you have owned items from this brand, feel free to share your experiences in the comments. That's all for today. Please like the video and goodbye.